Hi, Yatin. A very warm welcome from the Mentors Capital family. For the benefit of our viewers, maybe you could quickly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Anand, for giving me this opportunity to address the students. Hello, everyone. My name is Yatin Arora. I'm a current supply chain management student in Humber College, Toronto, Canada. I'm graduated in project management from Humber College itself. I did my master's in physics from University of Delhi in 2019 and my bachelor's in physics in 2014 from Delhi University. I have an experience of customer service representative of 1 year of experience and 2 years of part-time experience as a quality assurance technician in the electrical industry.
All right, wonderful. Thanks for making time out on this day, Yatin. So I think my very first question obviously is about your background, right? So you're a student of physics. You've done your bachelor's and master's in this field, but suddenly, I mean, there was a shift in your career choice because after completing your master's, you decided to apply for a postgraduate diploma in supply chain management. So help us understand, your thoughts and your motivation, why you decided to change your field.
Yeah. So basically, I always wanted to study and settle in Canada. I started on this thing from my bachelor itself, but sometimes you have to go with flow. So I got admission in masters. I studied masters.
Right.
I completed my masters. I even preparing for PhD. I got admissions also, but I took thought for bigger picture. So I thought if I stuck in PhD, I have to spend at least 6 years for completing PhD and then postdoc. So
That's right.
After completing PhD, it will be very late for me to go to Canada and settle there and start fresh. So as soon as I can start studying in Canada and get work permit and get Canadian experience, that would be better. So I have to take a drastic step to change my field because even though I'm studying physics, but I'm not so much passionate to teach other because after doing masters, either you can be a professor or you can be a research scientist. So you have to teach others, you have to show your skills to others. I'm not that person to teach. I can learn, I have that knowledge, but I can't spread that knowledge that much so that students can learn. So I started looking for other options in Canada because my brother also lives in Canada. He's a citizen here. So he also guides me. What are the better options for me after this? So I decided to keep my knowledge with me, the physics knowledge and my other skills. I have some other skills like event managing. So I want to club both of them. So I decided to take firstly project management to learn how to manage the projects. And then I move forward with the supply chain management. Because in the supply, after graduating from supply chain management, I can work in an electrical manufacturing company where I can use my physics knowledge as well and what I've learned from Humber College for project management and supply chain. So I can use both knowledge which I've acquired from India itself.
Correct. That's quite a valid point that if you're studying a technical course, technical program such as engineering or physics or mathematics, then it's a very easy switch into one of these fields within management that could sort of leverage your your technical skills and your analytical skills. Okay, but help us understand. You started with project management, and now you're studying supply chain management. So help us understand project management to begin with, right? So what is the ideal kind of student background that would make project management as a likely course?
Yeah. So project management is a very general course. Different fields of students can join project management. Even if you have BTech in civil engineering, even if you have BTech in computer science or mechanical, you can join because you will learn the basics of managing the projects despite of your field, despite of your industry. Because even in your second semester of project management, you will get chance to choose your specialized subjects. So if you have a civil background, you can choose the construction management. That will help you to learn how to work in a construction industry after being graduated. If you have an IT background, you can choose IT project management. That will show you in an IT industry how project managers are working and how they are managing the projects. So different options are available in project management. Every field of because their eligibility is they just want a bachelor's. So they are open for any bachelor's. They will teach you, they will
Right.
guide you how to manage projects, and then you can choose your field also, your industry also.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So what you're saying is that possibly even a commerce student or a
Right.
student of accounting can probably come to a course in project management and then decide to sort of specialize within financial
Right.
systems and managing projects of a financial nature, right? So it's
Right. Exactly right. Yeah.
in that sense it's a very eclectic course. All right,
Yes.
but help us understand how a project management course will help a fresh graduate, somebody who has very little work experience. How does studying a program like project management help become job worthy and get those jobs in the
Mhm.
market?
For a fresher, doing a project management is not a good option. If you have
Mhm.
some prior experience, it would be better, because being graduated from project management and then you will be looking for project coordinator jobs. Every job demands some prior experience. If you don't have
Correct.
an experience, you can't land up to a job. Either you have to pursue another course or you must have some part-time experience in the project coordinator, then it will help.
Okay.
That same issue occurs with me because I don't have any project coordinator experience priorly. So I'm not
That's right.
able to find any job. So that's why I have to opt for second course, the supply
uh,
chain management, that
all right.
have so many entry level jobs without experience. They will train you, they will use your knowledge and enhance your skills, and then they will give you a full-time job.
All right, all right. That's a very critical point. What you're saying is that a program like project management is ideally suited for people with experience, whereas if you go
Yes.
in for a course like supply chain, where there are more entry level jobs, then the chances of you getting an internship or a job after your course is higher.
Yes,
Okay, fair
because in
enough.
the
Continue.
project management, as a project manager, you are working with various departments. It's a very responsible job. Straight away they
Yeah.
can't give a fresher a job like that, where you have to deal with different departments and manage a whole project which can
Mhm.
impact the whole company or organization. It's because the projects are very highly valuable and their budget is in millions of dollars and billions of dollars. So
Right.
giving them to a fresher is a very tough call.
Right, right. So, Yatin, you've been in Canada now for over a year. You've already completed one, program. What is the general sense of the job market in Canada? Is it something that people from India should consider as booming, jobs available in plenty, or is it other way around?
Yeah, there are plenty of jobs available in Canada, but the
Uh-huh.
problem is the skills. We
Right,
have the education, we have the knowledge. In India, we
right,
just acquire knowledge. We only focus on marks and on getting grades, but we don't work on upon our skills. So that
yes,
is pretty. We are left behind. Here in Canada, there are plenty of jobs available. We just need to upgrade our skills. We have to be effective communicator. We have to enhance our listening and speaking skills. We have to
hmm,
showcase our team skills. That area
hmm.
we are lagging behind. Otherwise, there are plenty of jobs. We can get a job in a day also.
Okay, okay. So how does one go about this process of finding a job once you're at a university or a college
Mhm.
and you're studying a diploma course? How does it work? How does one seek out jobs? I know it's not the same as it is in India, where placements
Right.
happen in college. But help us understand this better, Yatin.
Yeah. For a student, after landing up to Canada, there are various options. Either you can connect with LinkedIn or Indeed. That is the best platform to find jobs. Even your college will also help us to get your opportunities to for part-time jobs. But in my case, Indeed is the best option. I applied for various jobs through Indeed, and even I got response in 2 or 3 days. They are very actively recruiting. They're
Okay,
replying. They are having the interviews, and you can also get training to get a job.
okay. Is the process similar for internships as well?
Yes, the process is similar. Basically, here in Canada, they have the artificial intelligence. You have to fine tune your resumes based on the jobs and responsibilities you are looking for. If your
Hmm.
resume have those keywords, what they are
Hmm.
looking for, what they have
Right,
mentioned in their job description, if your
right.
resume match 60 to 70% or even higher, only then they will shortlist, because they are having thousands of applications even for a single posting. So you have to fine tune your resume in a such a way that you will be the that person who will get shortlisted for interview and for further process.
Right. The use of technology in recruitment. I mean, this is new age. And I'm sure that also means that maybe HR and analytics are booming fields in Canada.
Right.
But my attention and my question to you is more about the core sectors, because my understanding is that after studying project management or supply chain, you're going to enter some of these core industries such as electrical or power or construction,
Right.
or even oil and gas, right? So in these sectors specifically, are they doing well in Canada? Are there jobs? Are there entry level roles in these sectors?
Yeah, they are doing very well in Canada, because
Mhm.
electrical is a booming industry. In every house you can see the appliances, we are using technology. And even the oil and gas is very popular in Canada. They do have entry level jobs, but at least they require 1 or 2 year of experience that you can
Right.
get from working as internship, also working part
Mhm.
time also.
Mhm.
Even they prefer to have a entry level candidate with some certification. They have so many certification exams like
Right.
PMP, project management professional, CAPM,
Right.
certified associate in project management. So even you are fresh graduate, if you acquire some this certification, that will also be an asset for company to hire you, even though you don't have an experience. So even I'm working on that also. I'm preparing for certification because I don't have experience, but that can be an advantage for me. That can be an asset for me to get hired.
Indeed so. Indeed so. Uh, well, you are talking about getting selected by recruiters, but my question is maybe, next question is probably more about getting selected by colleges and universities in Canada. So, what are typical admission requirements like for the project management course, or even the supply chain management course?
For project management and supply chain management, they just require you must have a bachelor's degree. They don't
Mhm.
ask for any specific degree. Either it must be a bachelor's in science, bachelor's in commerce, bachelor's in technology. They just want a bachelor's degree and some other language requirements, styles requirement with some CLB 6 level. That is the
Okay.
basic requirement.
Okay. Okay. Um, Okay. So how exactly did you go about preparing for the IELTS? In fact, I think you told me in our last conversation that you also helped other students make up their applications and submit, the study permit applications to Canada, right? So help us understand, what you experienced in terms of preparing for IELTS and the application process itself.
Right. So my journey started in 2019 after completing my master's. So I decided to go either to Delhi or Gurgaon to join any coaching center because I need some motivation or teacher who can guide me. So I joined an academy where I started learning about IELTS structure, what is the exam pattern, how I can prepare. So got some lessons, and I tried in the first attempt. I'm not able to succeed in one of the module. I got even 5.5 because lack
Okay.
of motivation and focus. Then I worked
Okay.
a lot, and then I'm able to achieve 7.5 bands overall to get
Wow.
admission. And
Wow.
from my reading skills are so better because being from physics background, I am so observational. So in reading, I got 9 bands either, but in some modules,
Okay.
I'm getting less. So
Okay.
my instructor is highly impressed from my that skill, and even they provided me an opportunity. They want to hire me as a IELTS trainer in their academy. They want to train me and teach other students. So from there, I got an opportunity to teach other students and also helping them to for career counseling, how what are the best available options for them based on their prior experience and prior education. So from there I started journey of about their career opportunities and also helping them in the visa file.
Okay, okay. But just for a minute, if you were to step back and
Mhm.
identify one thing that would really help out somebody who's struggling with the IELTS, right? Because we find that most of the students from in and around Delhi NCR or in fact, in multiple areas of the country, tend to struggle with, the language
Yeah.
test. So if there is one piece of advice, what would you give?
Basically, the writing and speaking is toughest module for all of the students. If you
Mhm,
don't have your basics clear of grammar, then you will
mhm.
not be succeed. You have
Okay.
to revise all your concepts of grammar, and you have to adapt a habit of always speaking in English. Because in
Mm.
India, our mindset is like that. Firstly, in our mind, we think in Hindi, and then we try to translate that things in
That's right.
English. So that takes time and you can't adapt that easily. So you have to start thinking in English in your mind itself. Then you can be a
Mm.
fluent enough to clear the speaking exam and even the writing exam.
Very, very important, words of wisdom from you. Start speaking, start speaking with your friends, families, relatives in English only, because that's the only way that you can start thinking in English,
Right.
right? A very, very,
Right.
very good piece of advice. The other, I think, thing that struck me in our conversation just a while back was that you mentioned that getting a job was not only about your resume and your scores, but also about other skills that Canadian firms look for in a candidate, right? So help us understand, what is it that somebody who comes, from India, obviously needs to work on the TOEFL, but on TOEFL or IELTS. But once you're there, what are the softer skills that candidates need to work on in order to become employable in Canada?
Yeah. Basically, they want to be you must be a team player. You must have teamwork skills. You know how to work with a team, how to
Mm-hmm,
conflict resolutions. You must
mm-hmm,
have effective communication skills.
mm-hmm,
Because active listener and active speaker, both you
mm-hmm.
must have both qualities.
Right,
You can be a good speaker, but you must also have the capability to listen others. If you can't listen
right,
your team members, you can't understand their issues, you can't help them, then you can't be a team member, or you can't be a good person to work with any organization. So you must have
right,
both skills. Even the college, aside from the academic, they also work on your skills. They will provide you so many workshops. Every day different workshops are going to be organized by colleges, where you can
mm-hmm,
work on how to prepare for interviews, how to work on your CV, how to master your resume. So they have so many co-curricular reports, they have so many curricular skills activities happening in the college. You can attend those workshops and upgrade your skills.
okay, okay. And what about leadership? Because I believe there are specific clubs or associations that help you with networking, as well as hobnobbing with the leaders. So maybe you could tell us
Right.
more.
Yeah. So even in my project management, in the first semester, we got an opportunity to meet our seniors.
Right.
So even the faculty introduced us. There is a leadership club in our project
Mm-hmm,
management who organize different professional events for us to
mm-hmm,
meet with industry professionals and network with them, so
mm-hmm.
that in future we can connect with them to get some jobs, some references, and some internships. So
Right.
even I got an opportunity in my second semester to be selected for that club.
Okay.
I got interviewed and they selected me for leadership club, and we organized various virtual events for our juniors and for our classmates,
Okay.
so that we can connect with industry professionals. We can understand what is going on in the industry,
Okay.
what they are looking for, even beside the education but that we are acquiring, what
Mm.
are the other things they are looking for. So we can
Okay.
work on that, and we organize various events and interact with industry professionals by that leadership club.
Amazing, amazing. That sounds like an interesting opportunity. So if you're listening, then I think the piece of advice from us is going to be, once you land up in Canada, make sure that you participate in all your departmental activities that go beyond
Yeah,
academics, that could improve your personality, right, and also help
yeah,
you network, right, which is absolutely invaluable.
yeah. Grab every opportunity that comes in your way, because the recruiter is not going to look at your grades or marks. They are looking about your body behavior, your skills that you have acquired. That are you
Correct.
capable enough to work with our team members or our employees in an organization? They are not going to ask that you got 70%, 60%, or how much. That doesn't matter. You have the degree, that you are same for every employer.
I think it's a very good point you make, because most of us back in India, and I see a lot of this playing out on LinkedIn as well. I think a lot of the Indian diaspora that comes to Canada tends to believe that doing well at academics, sort of guarantees them a job. But that's not indeed the entire picture, isn't it?
Right, right. That is
All
totally
right.
different.
Uh, all right. So I think I'm going to shift my focus now, because we're talking about students from India and the challenges that they face. One very interesting challenge is choice of program or choice of course, because you might know that you want to study, let's say, management or a particular area in business. But how do you decide between because Canada offers a lot of program options, right? There's the master's
Right.
degree, which is usually a 1 year or a 2 year program, usually the 2 year program. But there are also other, there are master's programs that come with co-op. There are ones without the co-op option. Even, postgraduate diplomas, there are diplomas of varying durations. There are 9 month diplomas, 1 year diplomas, 2 year diplomas. So when you were selecting your course, what to study, what did what did your research tell you? And obviously now that you've been there for a year, I'm sure you understand these differences a lot more. Maybe you could tell us a
Right.
little more about that.
Sure. So basically, as I am a graduated in masters in science, and I don't have
Right,
any relevant experience with management. So it is,
right,
even though I can do masters again, I can do masters in commerce or MBA again, but I don't have any prior relevant education and even the experience. So it is pretty
right,
difficult for me to, even though I can get the offer letter, the universities are open to give you admission letter, offer letters, but at last I
mhm,
will not be able to convince the visa officer in the statement of work,
mhm,
statement of purpose. I have to define them, I have to make them understand what is the purpose of me going to Canada and study MBA or MCOM. So
right.
that area I'm lagging behind. If you don't have any prior education but you have experience, then you are good to go, and vice versa.
Okay,
But I don't have
okay.
both in the commerce background, so I have to go for some postgraduate diploma. So I opted for a general course, that is project management, because they are accepting
Mhm,
application for every bachelor's. So that is a safe side for
mhm,
me to even getting the
okay,
visa. And some students also
okay,
must have the budget constraints. They can't
right,
afford the university education fees because that is pretty much higher than the college fees. If you are doing
correct,
a master's of 2 years, that will be around $40,000 for you. And if you are doing a
correct,
postgraduate diploma from college, that is around 15 to $20,000. So that is a big difference. And even if
right,
you talk about the co-op option, the 2 years of diploma have the co-op option. The 1 year of diploma doesn't have. But in 1 year of diplomas, you also get an opportunity to work as a capstone project with different
right.
industry professionals. You can find your sponsor who can sponsor you and guide you and share their experience, how they manage their project in their industry. So from that also you will get a
Mhm.
glimpse of how to work in a industry.
All right. So my question to you is, how does one, candidate from India, how does he compare the co-op versus, non-co-op, right? If all else is the same, should you be preferring a program with a co-op or not?
Yes, a program with a co-op is a better option because you will get a chance. You will get a chance to work with any organization or company. You will get
Mhm.
all the insights of how they do work in their internally in their company. Even
Right?
after working as a co-op with any organization, that can be turned into a full-time job also. From that, you can start
Right.
and turn that job in a full-time position. So that is a better option to connect with industry and get a job.
Got it. Got it. And how about we compare the 2 year masters with either a 2 year PG diploma, or even the 1+1 option that you can avail of in Canada, right? Two back to back 1 year diplomas, right? So how do these three compare?
So starting with masters, if
Okay.
you opt for master from from any university, so you must have a pretty clear in your mind that you have to go with that specialization. If
Right.
you're not confident enough that you should have to go for financial or supply chain, then you can go for 1 year or 2 year of diploma, because in that you can switch. You have the choices to choose your subjects in 1+1. In my case, I chose 1+1. I did first project management and supply chain management because I want two different specializations. Now I
Correct.
have two different types of job openings. Either I can go for project management and either I go for supply chain. So I have a multiple job opportunities available for me. So that is a better option rather than going for a single specialization. In the co-op, you have the advantage. In 2 year of diploma, you have the advantage of co-op that you don't have in 1+1, but there is capstone also in 1+1. And master is something you can do if you are a fresh graduate, but if you already have masters in India, that it would be difficult for you to get visa for again a
Correct.
masters. You will not be able to convince the visa officer for that.
Correct. In fact, here's a very specific question. If a undergraduate student, a fresh graduate from India, who's looking to study management, right?
Okay.
No work experience, about to graduate, in June 2022, and is considering management, a career in management in Canada. Uh, what would be the top three courses that you would suggest he or she should consider?
So basically, if in his graduation he has an interest in accounting and finance, so I should
Mhm.
suggest him go for accounting,
Okay.
business administration, or go for
Okay.
financial administration, because
Okay.
accounting and finance is the biggest industry in Canada. Every
Okay.
company requires an accountant or a financial analyst. Even you can get job in banks also, in the public sectors, or their government jobs also. In Canada, you can also get a government job. So that is the
Right.
biggest achievement in Canada. So in my
Okay.
case, accounting, finance is the biggest industry for anyone to opt for. And if I talk about the third industry, then you can go for analyticals and business insights, because artificial intelligence is a booming industry right now. So if you have analytics and business insights knowledge, that would be a great option.
But you probably need a little bit of prior, educational background in data science or at least mathematics to get it.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
will be difficult. Yeah, it will be difficult for a commerce graduate to cope up with business insights, but they start from the basics.
Correct.
You can do it. It's a
Correct.
pretty easy course to do.
Correct. Correct. Okay. And maybe now that we've been talking about courses, I think it's actually correct to also ask you this question. There is a program called the Global Business Management, which is usually a 2 year program, right? And if I
Yeah.
remember from our last conversation, you had very specific, at least a very specific rule in a sense for who should apply for this kind of a program and who shouldn't, right? Maybe you can tell our viewers about that.
So global business management is a equivalent course to MBA in India,
Right. Right.
because they have the same subjects. If you go with the curriculum, you will see the same subjects in the first semester, and in the second semester you have the choices to choose some specialization. So that is
Correct.
equivalent to MBA. So if
Correct.
any candidate from India already have masters or MBA, they should
Hmm.
not go for global business management, even though you will get the offer letter, but at last you will get a rejection from the visa officer. So
So,
if you are MBA in India, you should go for 1 year of diploma. If you have, because in your MBA you already have studied all the courses, you already have studied about project management, supply chain management, but you studied only a single subject. But
okay.
now you want to do a specialization, you want to do a full course on that subject that you have studied in your MBA.
Okay.
In your second semester you have studied supply chain management, a single subject, but now you want to do
Hmm.
a specialization in supply chain management. You want to go for 8 months course on that single subject. So that is
Yeah.
more convincing for a visa officer to go forward.
All right. All right. Um, okay. I think I've asked pretty much all the questions that I had for you, Yatin. But if you were to, in a single line or a single phrase, if you were to tell our viewers, how you can help them out, right? What all could you help them with, and why they should connect with you? What would that be?
So I want to say that I am I have experience teaching students in IELTS. I have an experience of visa filing. I have an experience of taking a big decisions in your life, changing your fields, how to choose your best option
Correct.
of program, how to get jobs in Canada, how to settle down, because so many students face issue of getting rooms also in Canada. They want some space for living. So because if you don't have any relative, friends or family in Canada, it is difficult for every family to send their children to Canada without having any relative. So it's
Correct.
difficult for students to be involved in Canadian culture in the starting few months. You have
Hmm.
to how to find a room or flat to live, how to get some bus passes and get transport facilities. So those are difficult things for students. And even I can help for college admissions, how choosing the best courses, choosing the best universities for your further education and guiding them for IELTS and preparing visa filing. So those are the
Okay.
services I can give to students.
Okay. Parting piece of advice. Which are the top five colleges in Canada in terms of rankings and pedigree to pursue a postgraduate diploma? Top five schools.
So to pursue postgraduate diploma in Toronto, the top five colleges are firstly the Humber College,
Yeah.
second the Sheridan College,
Right.
third is Centennial College,
Yeah.
then we have Seneca College,
Right.
and the fifth one is Conestoga College.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. I think it's been a very enlightening session, Yatin. I'm sure you have much more to offer in greater detail, and I would encourage students to reach out to you directly. We are going to
Sure.
list your profile on our website, and I'm sure that you're going to get plenty of connection requests. Right. Thanks for making time out
Yes.
today, Yatin. Have a great day and week ahead, and let's stay connected.
Surely. Same to you, and thank you for a wonderful opportunity for me to showcase who I am and what I can help, what I can offer to others. And I'm looking forward to students who seek my advice, and I can guide them for a better future and success. Thank you.
Wonderful. The feeling is completely mutual, Yatin. Thank you and all the best.